I'm Mod Arcane.
I'm Mod Rice.
And I am Yama. And today we're here to see how the devs fare against Old School's newest duo endgame boss encounter, whilst being subjected to some rather devilish interrogations. Well, off you go then, boys.
Off to fight Yama.
It's a bit weird, actually, watching you try and fight me. But that's okay.
This is just a pixel representation of you, sir. Are you on glyph duty?
I think I am.
On what duty?
Glyph duty.
Glyph duty. Oh, I'm supposing that players playing the content will know what that means.
I hope so.
All right. Well, how about I ask you a question whilst you start fighting the boss? And I'd like to know, would you rather take 3 manta rays to the face or have to explain to your grandma what the Scythe of Vitor is and why it costs more than her car?
So what was option 1?
3 manta rays to the face. Right.
Manta rays?
Yes.
Okay.
Quite big fish.
I'm not sure I can evaluate properly.
Well, you have to.
I think I'd take
A question
manta ray to the
requires an
face.
answer. Okay, 3 manta rays to the face for Arcane. and
Explain to my grandmother.
what a Scythe of Vitor is and why it costs more than her car.
She's got enough going on right now. I think I'm taking the manta rays.
Manta rays to the face. Okay, noted.
It's nothing like a bit of punishment to save your family from pain, you know?
I like what you're thinking, but it's not going to save you in the afterlife. Well, it feels like my wings are trying to flap away.
I've just realised I've got a bunch of JMod cheats on.
I do as well.
I'm not taking any damage.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you should start that fight again.
I'll just turn it off right now. Don't mind me.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Never happened.
No,
JMods don't cheat.
no one saw anything. Only Yama.
This is a fair fight.
I'm not going to forget that, Arcane.
Uh-uh.
You missed your switch of your top there.
I did, yeah. This is hard.
It's okay.
I'm not used to playing on a 1920 full screen monitor, to be honest.
It's all right. I believe in you.
I'm a real fixed gamer on the 200 by 200 screen.
How are you doing over there, Rice, with the screen size?
Yeah, I was also trying to deactivate some cheats and got distracted in the process, but it's fine.
Okay, so now
We'll
we're
figure it
back
out.
into a real fight, even though
Yeah.
you've taken down 2/3 of his health, but sure, that's fine. On a scale, on a scale from Goblin to Zook, how
Oh,
challenging?
that's me?
Oh.
Okay, we got there.
Wow, well done, good job. I'll repeat myself once more. Please try not to interrupt me. On a scale from Goblin to Zook, how challenging and deadly is Yama really meant to be?
On his chance, Goblin to Zug. Well,
Well-
he's not quite Zug.
Okay, but better than a Goblin.
At least you're not fighting him in a way that he's more than Zug. I think he theoretically could be more than Zug if he tried. He just doesn't really have the motive for it. But yeah, I think we've been using a comparison of just above like a DT2 boss, maybe a little bit harder than like Leviathan, Whisperer, Horde is. A lot harder than Duke, because Duke isn't a real DT2 boss, let's be real.
I think I've just griefed us.
You just dissed
Yeah,
on my
I
favourite
definitely
boss.
just griefed them.
Take off the cheats and die immediately.
So you're not meant to do what you did just then?
Yeah, I just kind of ran around picking up glyphs without really thinking about it. I'm not sure what made me want to do that.
Well, we've
but-
got fire next,
Yeah.
so we should
That's
be
fine.
fine.
Well, yeah, it's a good thing.
Well, there you go. You did it. You saved yourself. Well done.
We might be right here though.
All right, I have another interesting question for you, Bo. Now, let's just say you wake up in the middle of the night, and there's Yama just standing at the foot of your bed. He doesn't say anything. He just jiggles slightly.
Jiggles?
Jiggles. What do you do?
Oh boy. I think first I'm asking Yama, why are you at the foot of my bed? And then we go from there.
Okay. All right. What about you, Arcane? What are you going to do with Yama jiggling at the end of your bed?
I move over
In
to one side.
silence.
Let him in.
Let him in. Okay. Wow.
Okay.
You're a friendly guy. I
He's
like that.
powerful, you know? You want to make friends with powerful people.
True. I mean, would you do the same for like Vardorvis if he's slightly stronger than Vardorvis, or no?
Well, I think there's a bit more of an implication of Yama versus this like zombie plant guy. I don't know. I feel like Yama
Okay.
could do more for me.
Oh, I see. So, it's all about what you're getting out of it. Is that how Yama works?
It's all about a deal, you know?
All right. Well, okay. That's a more serious question then. What was the original pitch for Yama? And was he always the ferocious beast you see right before you now?
Well, he does look like a ferocious beast, and he definitely can be, but I wouldn't really say that's his personality. He's a bit more methodical and calculating than that. But yeah, I think he's always been aimed to be this guy who's got some really big plans. He's got a lot of implications in the current questline.
Yeah. Don't mind me. Just
It's hard not to.
flapping my wings. Anything you wanted to add to that one, Rice?
I'm so distracted by trying to play without sound effects, man. This fight
is a
is
lot
so different without sound effects.
Why don't you reenact the sound effects whilst you're playing? It's like I'm in the game.
God, I'm dying.
Or maybe don't do the sound effects. You might want to eat some food as well.
Yeah, I just need to make sure I'm not.
Oh,
no, yeah, it's
no.
over.
Okay, all right.
Good luck, Arcane.
It's all you, Arcane. You're soloing this now. This is
Oh,
fine.
God,
Nothing
I
has
died
ever gone wrong
immediately.
before on video. Okay. All right.
What was the question?
What was the original pitch for Yama, and was he always the ferocious beast you see before you right now? If you look to your right, you'll see.
Right. Yeah. I would say that the original pitch was thematically quite similar. I think what it ended up being was mechanically quite different to what we first imagined. I mean, when it was first pitched, we didn't know about these glyphs, and they then became like a central mechanic.
Are you just referring to how beautiful you are right now? Or is that all this question really is?
No, it's about the Yama.
Oh,
It's not always about me.
I thought you were just
No.
referring to your
Hey,
stature.
Rice was getting into something interesting. Then you interrupted
I'm
us.
sorry.
Carry on. So the glyphs weren't meant to be there, but now they are.
Sorry, let me just pick up Arcane Slack here and get the glyph.
Good job.
Thanks.
Teamwork.
Makes the dream work. Yeah, it was originally just like we want to have some big demon guy. We're not quite sure what exactly that. Sorry, I need to pick up another glyph for Arcane.
It's okay.
It's hard playing with a teammate that's actively trying to rag you. And at some point we were like, oh yeah, we want people to have to move around the arena. And one way that we can do that is by putting the ability to sort of dodge damage on these things that are around the arena and force people to move around.
Sorry, I'll get all the void foes, mate. Don't worry about it.
I've got. Why is my? Oh, I'm on melee. Don't worry, I've
Your
just
staff
whacked
bad?
that. Yeah. This is a.
Did you forget to set autocast up on your staff?
Yes, maybe.
It's because you died.
Oh right, yeah, of course.
It's okay. You'll get it next time.
We all die.
Okay.
Also, I'm meleeing them when I'm supposed to be maging them.
Just reposition this wing quickly. And,
Sorry, I'll get the glyphs. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, good job, guys. You
Actually, it was me who got the glyph.
keep
so
playing
I took
together.
damage.
All right, okay, enough bickering. Your RuneScape account gets hacked, but it turns out it was Yama trying to show you true loss.
It was you?
Do you report him or thank him for the character development?
Well, I feel like, given that you're right here, I would just ask, like, what's up with that? That's
You needed to learn the lesson of true loss.
okay.
Like truly
Well,
losing the ability to click autocast.
Yeah, I'm learning it right now.
There you go, character development. So you would forgive me. Thank you. Arcane,
Hi.
hi.
What's up?
What's your response?
I report him. I want my account back.
Yeah, it's important not just for the sake of your own account, but also to protect other players from future mischief. To
Never
report.
give out your password to any demon that
Yeah.
comes asking.
Not even Yama?
Not even Yama.
Well, okay, good job I'm not asking for passwords then. I'm not going to do that, don't worry, those watching back home. Yama is actually quite friendly. Yeah, in another...
So friendly.
New law just dropped.
What about in another universe, maybe? Could there be a friendly Yama? Could you call him Amay?
Can we have
It's
a cute,
Yama backwards, I've got to figure that out in my
Can we
head.
have a cute Yama?
Why is Yama a red demon?
That's a good question. Rice?
Well, that's good. Yeah, that is a good question because obviously in the past, black demons have been the most powerful demons. I think Yama is probably somebody who climbed the ranks. So he maybe wasn't originally very powerful, but he was very cunning.
Okay.
And so he outsmarted his demon brethren. And now he's the top dog.
So are you saying that in the demon world there's a corporate ladder that one must climb?
Oh, absolutely. Especially now that Yama's in charge. He's a fan of those sorts of things because, you know, everybody hates them.
So he's a businessman as well. Interesting. Okay. So how did you ensure that Yama felt different to previous bosses other than him introducing corporate world tactics into Gillinor?
I think we always try to make every fight feel different, and it's a weird mixture because a lot of our mechanics are quite similar. It's like dodge rock or swap prayers or equip new gear. Like a lot of things do boil down to that when you really get to it, but the timings, the visuals, like so many things come together to make the fight feel different. And I think Yama feels very different. I think it's a very unique fight. And the glyphs itself, in terms of like duoing with a partner and having someone to pick up all the glyphs, managing your void flares, swapping combat styles, like it all has a unique flow.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is just about pacing and rhythm, right? Like, if the character does the same things but does them in a different order at a different pace, you end up dying to it because you can't focus because you're talking.
That's not you though, right?
No, certainly not.
You're definitely not nearly out of food.
No.
He's almost dead. Just put your prayers back on.
Oh, so close.
God.
Void flare got me.
Come on, it's now. You got to solo this one now.
Spectate.
No more questions until he's dead. So you actually have to kill him, otherwise the video ends now. And then I'm out of a job.
Oh, my mark of darkness ran out. That's not good.
Oh no.
I'm dead. I'm so dead.
No, you got this. You got
I
this.
just got 2
Jeez.
void flares detonate on me
You
because I
are
hit them
so
for
dead.
39.
Well, that was a decent effort. You're getting better every time.
Don't patronise me.
No, I'm not. It was decent, right? Right. Whilst you're regearing, how about this? This is a thought-provoking question. You ready?
Yep.
You walk into your kitchen at 3 a.m. Yama is there, shirtless.
Why do so many of these questions involve you appearing in my house after I've gone to bed?
Look, I just want to preface this with I was given the questions to ask. They're not my questions, but that doesn't reduce the importance of them.
Okay.
Anyway, there's Yama in the kitchen at 3 in the morning, shirtless, cooking eggs aggressively and talking about ancient blood macros. Do you let him cook?
Yeah,
Yes.
I like eggs.
Yeah?
I'll take some demonic eggs. God damn.
Okay. I wonder what demonic eggs would taste like. Do demons lay eggs?
I'm sure some demons do.
There's eggs around the... Oh no, they're skulls, never mind. They look like eggs in the corner.
a little bit different.
So yeah, I mean, in RuneScape lore, how are demons born?
Hang on. How is he cooking eggs?
Aggressively.
Scramble? Well, yeah, but like aggressively scrambling them, aggressively frying them,
He's aggressively poaching them.
aggressively poaching them.
Yeah, his fingers in the pan and everything.
I'd honestly probably go, that is incredible, Yama. I wasn't even sure it was possible to aggressively poach eggs, and yet here you are doing it. You're very
And he's just going to
talented.
turn and say, well, I'm Yama, what did you expect? I'm like the demon god.
That's true.
Demon god.
That's not canon, by the way. I'm pretty sure I just made that one
I
up.
think a lot of the stream
But-
probably isn't canon.
But no, I don't think it is. But on a serious note, though, demon eggs, are they a thing in
I
Gillinor?
can see some types of demons needing eggs, like the Muckwell in Varlamore.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
can see that thing laying eggs.
Coming out from eggs.
But Yama, I don't think Yama's an egg layer, to be
do
honest.
you think Yama came from like a sack?
When a mummy demon likes a daddy
And-
demon.
No, not that kind of sack. Like, you know where the orcs come out of sacks? Do you think Yama is the same?
How am I supposed to do a 6-way switch with this?
We have demons being born from like the
But is
evil
it a
ether
six-way
of the universe.
Six-way switch if it
and,
takes you 15 seconds?
Oh, off.
It's easier
Sorry,
with sound
Rice.
effects, I promise.
Yeah, go on. So the demon out of a sack?
Well, no, the demon's not out of the sack.
No?
That's exactly what I'm trying to disprove at the minute, while I try and reapply my Mark of Darkness.
Yeah, you forgot that last time. It didn't
Yeah,
work
I
out
did.
well.
It wasn't great. I don't think he is born out of a sack. No, he's born. Just all of the evil in the universe coalesced and decided to take shape. And Yama
Oh, so
is
he
what-
like materialized from
basically, yeah.
corruption. All right, what kind of player was Yama designed for? Mid-game mains? Maxed PVMers?
I like to think it's someone who's done a decent amount of like Desert Treasure 2, or maybe they've done like a bunch of like Vorkath or Zulrah, and they're looking for that extra big challenge. Like they want to obviously get something that's maybe a better GP per hour, a little bit more engaging, and just wants a new challenge, and maybe even like wants to play something with one of their friends, because that's something I've done already.
So do like people who have killed a few Vorkath and Desert Treasure 2 bosses normally got full Torva?
No.
No, I didn't think so either. How
It
ironic.
depends how much Vorkath. If you got 4,000
you could
Vorkath
afford
cases,
it.
you're gone down.
Yeah.
You're probably there. I think I did that with my first main. I think I killed like 2,000, 3,000 Vorkath to afford a Tiba, or at least get part of the way there.
It's a nice way to refer to bonds, but sure.
Listen, I reckon you can do this in Bandos and with your Demon Bane.
Okay,
weapons.
I don't want to patronise you because you already told me off for that, but you are in Max and you still are yet
Yeah,
to kill him.
well...
We have some extra things going on
well,
right
we
now.
killed him. Oh no, we didn't kill him once.
You didn't kill him once,
Wow.
not yet.
Okay,
We cheated
yeah.
half the fight and didn't kill him at the time.
Yeah. You were invincible and didn't fight him, and wearing max.
To be fair, I think I forgot to use like potions and stuff, so that's not great.
That's not great. Okay, but all jokes aside, obviously, this is just for for the comedic value. It's meant to be slightly above, like mid to end game, I guess.
It's closer to end game than it is to mid game, definitely.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
this might be one of the harder individual bosses we've released in the game. So while Nex isn't particularly mechanically intensive, Nex has got quite hefty gear requirements and stat checks and stuff. I think this is less extreme than that, but has more mechanics. So you can imagine them occupying similar territories, but obviously requiring different skills from you.
That makes a lot of sense.
More skill, less gear than Nex, basically, but still similar part of the game, and obviously gives similar rewards, to be honest. New best in slot melee gear.
Guys, and honestly, my mouse acting up right now.
Yeah?
Yeah, keyboard too. Screen, not there. I'm pretty sure it's mostly my equipment and not me.
Yeah, I think I've got a bit of lag as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they blew the budget on my wings, to be honest. So sorry about that.
It shows.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, you get to wield the Soul Flame Horn in real life. That sounds pretty cool, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's a catch, though. Once a week, you have to duel a greater demon in the McDonald's car park.
Taking that every day of the week.
You take the
because
deal?
that means I'm in the McDonald's car park and I'm having McDonald's.
I mean, you could just go to McDonald's anyway.
No.
But now you have to fight a greater demon.
Yeah, I feel like it gives me an excuse to go there and have a delicious chicken wrap.
What does the duel entail? Is this just a battle to the death? Are we fisticuffing, or what's the terms here?
Well, you're not playing Pogs, that's
No.
for sure. So I think, it would insinuate that there's a battle, and most battles will,
Okay, well, that's one way to do this fight.
Welcome to our guide of how to solo Yama.
you can do it. So Rice, you're going to take the deal. You're going to fight the greater demon
Yeah.
in McDonald's car park, right?
I've got a soul flame horn.
I-
Clearly something's
Yeah.
changed.
I feel sorry for all the patrons at McDonald's. They're going to have to risk their lives every
Well,
week now. But
little-
that's fine.
Actually, not little known fact. I have actually got a sword, so maybe I could take a great demon. Who knows? I've been practicing.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe you should just keep that one to yourself for a little longer. I'm assuming that you're not practicing it in your room,
No, this is in the back garden.
the back garden. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
My neighbours are very confused.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it a rather enclosed back garden?
No,
it-
it's
no.
very visible.
It's very visible.
Yeah.
Okay.
When it's sunny, sometimes I do it with my top off just so I can pretend. You know what? Cut that bit out.
Okay. Very cool. All right. Anyway, back to Yama. Arcane, what are you doing with the horn?
What am I doing?
The
with
Soul
all that?
Flame horn. Are you taking the deal or not?
Yeah, I'm taking the deal. I want Soul Flame on IRL.
Okay. I think you guys haven't thought this through properly. What about when you're on holiday?
What about when I'm on holiday?
You have to fight a demon in the McDonald's car park every week.
Oh, I see.
So is it a McDonald's car park or the McDonald's car park?
The question says the McDonald's car
Okay,
park.
that does sort of change it.
So is it will I get teleported to McDonald's car park the same time every week, or do I need to go through the effort of finding a McDonald's and then there will be a demon there for me to
I was
duel?
just about to say, can you teleport in real life? But then, greater demons aren't really there in McDonald's car park in real life. So I think, you can
Yeah.
teleport there. All right. Anyway, next question. All right. Tell us about the loot from Yama.
The uniques or the resources?
Let's talk about uniques first. What can players get from it, and why should they care?
So you can get the new Oathplate armor set, which is a side grade to Torva, where it's best in slot if you care about slash accuracy, which
Okay.
is quite a lot of places, especially if you have a scythe. And you can also get the Soulflame Horn, which you were just talking about. Oh, almost died. Which will boost your next melee attack's accuracy by 100% as long as you buff one other ally, which is very, very strong. Especially certain contents like Guarantee Your Dragon Warhammer.
Yeah, I
or
was going to say,
something
it
like that.
sounds pretty good.
And not to forget, Diabolic Worms,
Diabolic Worms.
which you can do with what you want, but they're meant to be used to catch anglefish. Don't
Okay.
eat them.
Kill him!
Yes! Well done!
First try! Hell yeah.
Good job.
Easy.
And it was a solo.
And it was a solo.
After, what? I mean, you got about halfway, I think, before you
Yeah.
died, Rice?
Well, can I just add, the reason I died is because I sat there underneath a meteor being like, Arcane will get the fire glyph. And it just hit me and I took a 99.
Well, you don't get MVP by doing the mechanics, do you?
Well, I'm not the person picking up the glyph if the meteor's on me.
I got some Oathplate shards, which is also a new item,
That's
which
true.
you can use to make the Oathplate armor set if you get
Ooh.
enough of them.
So it's kind of like a dry protection-esque element?
It's a very soft one, yeah. So
Yeah.
they'll drop the entire armor set pieces, just
Mhm.
like any other boss, but you can also get the little shards, and eventually you'd get enough to make a piece.
I like that. It's a cool method. Actually, there was a follow-on question in regards to loot, and I wonder, what was the hardest part about designing the loot table? Was it power creep or economic impact? Well, neither.
I don't think power creep was too much of a concern here. We saw quite a decent space for a new armor set,
Mm-hmm.
and we proposed it, and players liked it. So
It went down pretty well, didn't it?
Yeah, I
Straight
think
up.
it was a pretty smooth blog in that regards.
Mm.
In terms of like economic impacts, like resources and things like that, are always a nightmare. Like you want to give the player enough where it feels satisfying and rewarding, and bleeding away money using resources to kill a boss, because that's just not fun. But then you don't want to give someone 10 mil an hour in alcohols and destroy the economy in the process and make everything else pointless, right? So that is always an awkward one. But hopefully we have that right. We probably won't. We never do. So we'll fix it post-launch. So,
I think, there's a fair point, though, to make in the sense of like, oh, we never get it right. But a lot of the time it's intentional. Well, apart from the times where it's overtuned, nowadays, more so, we like to look at it with like an undertune to start with, figure out how
it's a lot
fast
safer.
kill. Yeah, exactly. It's better to buff something after release than have to nerf it, right? It always
Mm.
feels worse to nerf something because it's then that mentality of abuse early and often, which we should be getting away from. But okay, thank you for the insightful answers there. Is there anything you wanted to add, Rice, about drop table design, loot tables, your struggles with it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the blogs went well initially, which is
Mhm.
always great news. And yeah, on the front of fixing it post-release, that is very much where I'm at, is that we try our best to get it right first time, but predicting economies turns out really difficult to do.
Who'd have thought?
Mhm.
Yeah, who would have thought? I don't think it's terrible for us to see how it goes on launch and
Oh,
just
congrats.
gain an agility level. Wow, 1 XP at a time. I don't think it's terrible for us to just sort of see, okay, how is the economy going to react to this? How are the players going to react to this? And once we've got that information, we can make more educated
Mhm.
decisions.
Well, that makes a lot of sense to me. Thank you both. All right, now let's imagine a world where Yama is now your landlord. Okay? Got that?
Okay, yeah, sure,
Yeah.
yeah, got it.
Your rent is reasonable, but once a month he will drag you into the underworld for a routine inspection.
Okay.
Is that worth it?
I mean, what's the trade-off here? What am I getting?
Reasonable rent.
Oh, reasonable rent. Yeah, I'd take that. Actually, it depends. How long am I in hell? Is it like an hour?
How long would a routine inspection take? I reckon physical examination, about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'd take that.
Yeah?
Think
Once
about
a
the
month?
savings, man. Think about the savings.
True.
This
Yeah.
economy?
Here's the thing, though. That's how Yama gets you, because he's very clever. He says, reasonable rent. And you're like, oh, yeah, actually, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Now you're locked into rent for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You can no longer buy a house.
Exactly. And that sounds like the exact kind of thing that that Yama would do. So I'm not trusting that deal. Sounds too good. You can take your deals elsewhere,
Okay.
Yama.
All right, well, I've got one person taking
Gotta
me up
take
on the
some
offer.
good deals, man. You've got through
Yeah.
it all of life, never taken any good deals.
Thank
benefit.
you.
Not from Yama, that's for sure.
Routine inspection. I wonder what that would entail. All right. So you mentioned a few times about the fight kind of changing as you were designing it. That I think, Rice, you were the one specifically that mentioned about the glyphs weren't initially part of the design, then explained that part of the movement led to then having glyphs.
Yeah.
But how else did this fight evolve during development? And were there any ideas that were scrapped or mechanics that just didn't work out the way you wanted to? Don't
There-
mind me, just my wings flapping in the background.
There were some mechanics that we sort of experimented with before, ultimately ditching them. I think there was a version of the attack that you see in this phase where the meteors actually like homed in on you, and you needed to keep moving while they came for you.
And then it asked for the rent money.
And that would have been way more devastating than the damage that they dealt. But they just sort of they tracked you, and so you couldn't just move one tile and forget them. You had to be continually moving.
It just kind of led to people just running around like chickens
Yep.
the entire time,
Right, okay.
which isn't really that fun.
That sounds like me during every acid phase at Vorkath. Even though I know that I can walk in a straight line, I still don't. Or tornadoes, actually, at Hunlef. I'm terrible with those.
Just run around until it ends.
Yeah, literally, I run around until it ends.
90% of all good moving is just staying calm, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, but it's easier said than done.
It definitely
You know, like
is.
I'll watch someone on Twitch and they'll be like, you know what, it's actually really easy. I know I can do that. I can do that. And then I log in a game and it's just, well, actually, no, I can't. Sometimes it's not a good thing to believe in yourself.
Kids don't listen to Yama.
Well,
He's trying to ruin your life.
in talking of lives, it looks like you're about to take down this
Yeah,
instance of Yama's
if
life.
I don't randomly die here,
Come on, stop noodling. You can eat
Nice.
some
Easy.
food. There we
Okay.
go. You only used 3 food.
Didn't eat
4
a
food.
single anglerfish.
Wow. You're getting better. What did you get?
Got Aether Catalyst. Crazy.
Nice. Oh, you got some dragon
I got
plate
some
legs.
dragon plate legs.
Oh,
He's got the money. Okay. Anything you wanted to add on the fight and how it evolved during development, Arcane?
I think it's a lot of what Rice was saying in regards to the fight in general. Just did quite a lot more and just threw more at you all the time and just too chaotic. It's so easy to create a really chaotic fight. So it really is like dialing back the right bits and just making sure it feels like appropriately difficult and not just exhausting or just unfun. Like you want the interacting with the mechanics to feel satisfying and rewarding. And I like to think that we've got there with this. Or sometimes, yeah, if you're just running around and the best solve is just, a bit of chaos, then it's not really that satisfying long term.
I think one way you put it at one point, which I think is decent, is fake engagement. It's like, okay, you're clicking a lot, but is it actually fun? Is it actually like challenging in a significant way? Maybe not. And it's better to have real engagement where you feel like, oh, I just pulled off this mechanic and, I got rewarded for it in a significant way.
It's actually a really cool way of explaining it. Thank you, Rice. Okay, so now, here you are, trapped in the chasm of fire. One mod has to fight Yama to save you. Who are you choosing? And then it does say in here, which I'm not quite sure about, but I'm going to ask it anyway. There's like, who are you choosing and why are they definitely dying anyway? So you have to choose one mod to save you, knowing that they'll die.
I'd bring Mod Goblin. I think he'd valiantly try and save me and fail miserably. So I think that sounds pretty good.
Cool,
Yeah,
okay.
this is going to be a cop-out answer, but I think, or it's not going to be a cop-out answer. It's going to sound like one, but I actually think that I would do the same.
So we're sacrificing
Goblin.
Mod Goblin.
Yeah, he's done a lot of good work for us, but at this point,
Okay,
He can rest now. It's fine.
he can rest now. I don't think that's the kind of rest he's looking for, and I'd quite like to keep him in my team. So
It's not all about what you want now.
I know, I'm realising that now as this whole time has continued to go on. Do you think I'll be the kind of boss players grind, or one they come back to for the fun?
I think people want to grind this. I think a lot of Iron Man players in particular will want to grind out the armor sets and the horns. It's very, very good rewards. And I can see people coming back with the contract system for a bit more of a challenge. So the contract system is like an additional part on top of the entire encounter where you'll get these like bespoke, really hard versions of the fight that are very much like Awakened boss level difficulty. And the idea is to be a challenge, but there is a bit of a motive to do so. It's where you can get the Radiant Oathplate, which is like a cosmetic version of the Oathplate armor set. They'll look really cool, so you can show off that you've done these really hard challenges. And then there's also some contracts for actually getting some of the drops themselves. So you might be lucky enough to get a contract that even gives you an Oathplate armor set,
Ooh,
which would be very difficult, very scary, but if you do complete it,
it's a guaranteed loot.
yeah.
That's very cool. I really like the contract system. I'm looking forward to seeing how players take advantage of it as well. And the contracts, do you get them from killing Yama normally?
Yeah, a lot of them will drop from Yama, and then you can also get a subset of them from the demons in the Chasm of Fire.
Yeah, okay. Very cool. And Rice, do you think the same? Players will want to grind here?
I might be eating my words here soon, but I genuinely think this is one of the funnest bosses ever made. So I personally would come back and grind it, or I would both grind it and come back occasionally for the fun of it. And yeah, the contracts sort of enable you to do that. Fancy something a bit more high octane? Well, buy yourself a contract and give Yama a go. There's a lot of room to master it, and there's a lot of room to get quicker at killing it as well.
Okay. I mean, that's testament then from both of you. We'll see if it holds true. I mean, we'll know by this point anyway, because people will have been.
Yeah,
been
hopefully
out.
we're right.
Yeah, hopefully you are. Otherwise, we'll edit that one out. Okay. 100 demonic gorillas versus 1 Yama. Who wins?
It has to be Yama, man. Like, he can use all the combat styles. Demonic Gorillas ain't got no advantage there.
There's 100 of them.
Yeah, but he's got AoE attacks. It's like the whole like Olm thing. Like, Olm could hit 100 Zuks at once, but Zook can only hit one Olm at once. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's a very fair point, yes.
AoE attacks.
I'm not sure that I can really have a lot of confidence in what you're saying, though, given the fact that you two are able to defeat Yama.
Well, can I not defeat 100 Demonic Gorillas? I'm pretty sure I've killed thousands, to be honest.
Yeah, but at once.
Well, I would struggle, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think I've got the AoE capabilities of killing 100. I think this is the key crux.
Well, I would like to ask the question, if 100 demonic gorillas were threatening humanity, could I enlist the world's militaries to help defend the planet?
Well, that would be a great question to ask if you were the question asker.
Oh, sorry.
I'd rather that you answered the question with an answer.
Stick to the script.
I will say, if I had the ability to call upon military aid, I reckon that I could. And given that...
No, it's not you, it's Yama!
Oh, no, you said... Oh.
You didn't answer that one yet.
Okay, right. Could Yama do it? Absolutely, yeah, 100%.
Okay,
No
so
question.
Yama wins against 100 demonic gorillas, and you will win against 100 demonic gorillas if you can call upon military.
Yeah, well, I feel like when you ask whether a human can do it, part of a human's power is community and society.
I like where you're going
And so,
with that. That's strong.
Yeah, I feel like the answer is yes.
You are also allowed to ask questions, by the way, so that was part of the Yama stick.
No, I'm quite afraid now with the tone you took. I don't want to take any risks.
You are one of our
won't get any more
superiors
questions
in the
from me,
company.
so-
Okay, well, when the wings come off and the face has been cleansed, I'm back to our user, and we can be friends, and HR don't need to know about it. Okay?
Yes,
That
sir.
sounds good to me.
Yes, sir. Sorry,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, so one last question for you. You have to bring Yama to a family dinner. He shows up drunk, he's covered in blood, and insists on arm wrestling your uncle. Do you back him up or pretend that he's a performance artist?
Well, luckily for me, I've been in this situation with you before, Elisa, so I know exactly what I'd do. And that is, I would apologise profusely to my family for bringing such a bad performance artist to the dinner.
Wow, you're smart. I like this. Okay, Arcane, are you okay over there, buddy?
I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he just picked up the glyphs. I'm alright now.
Oh, good. He saved you. Oh, glyph friends.
Good friends.
Oh, that's nice. What do you do about Yama covered in blood arm wrestling your uncle?
Cheer him on.
Cheer him on?
Cheer him on. Be a spectacle. Gotta live life, you know.
It's all about the performance. I like that. I'm going to start working out a little bit. I don't know whose uncle I could take on at the moment.
Yeah.
But, you know, we'll get there eventually. All right, boys. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to ask these questions with you whilst I was dressed as your formidable opponent. Any closing words that you want to wrap up with?
Buy synapses.
Buy synapses.
If you haven't already, good luck.
It's probably too late.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a day one thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a day minus 300 thing.
Yeah. Well, thank you both so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. I think you've designed a fantastic boss. Hopefully the players by now have agreed with that statement and are enjoying it thoroughly. Otherwise, I'm going to have to put this costume back on and re-record the ending to the video. But until next time, we will see you for now.
Bye-bye.